Hey, it's the Graveyard Girls. So hopefully you've all been enjoying the content that we've put out there so far. It's been running for a few weeks now. Oh, a couple of months.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we're all getting settled in now. The listeners are slowly getting there. We're pushing them up. So on that note, we've got a little bit of news.
Mm-hmm. Oh, are you on about me? Okay, I thought you were just talking the whole time.
No.
Yeah, the news, we're looking into some merch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully that we're going to drop that in the coming sort of weeks.
Yeah, we're looking into it at the minute.
Yeah, we've got a lot of ideas. We did from the beginning.
We've got so many ideas.
Yeah, there's a lot. So we're not quite set on what we're going to start with first.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we've got to finalise that idea before we get it all made up. We'll let you obviously all know through social media and things like that once it's all up and running. We'll be adding it to the shop on the website, which is a link on our bio on our Instagram page. So once that's all up and running, you'll be able to look through that.
Or just go straight to thegraveyardgirls.co.uk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we'll let you know once that's actually launched. But, yeah, hopefully that'll be coming in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really want our own t-shirts.
Yeah, no, I've got so many things, like so many ideas. We've got ideas for like mystery boxes, bundles, all of that to come, especially with like seasonal things. Obviously, Halloween's not too far away. All the seasonal bits, like we've got a lot of ideas.
We do
for things that we could add for that. So hopefully you'll be just as excited as we are when it drops.
I'm just gonna live in our merch.
Oh yeah, no, I think that might become my new wardrobe.
Yeah. I was going to say it's free, but it's not.
We have to pay for it. We have to pay for it. So, yes, then we need you to pay for it so that we can then have a brand new wardrobe.
Because they're super stylish in our heads.
Yeah, well, you'll be just as cool as us. If I don't know, are we classed as cool?
Yeah, we're super cool. We have a podcast like everyone else.
Like, you know when like the kids are with the parents, the parents goes, yeah, I'm a super cool parent, and the kids like, stop it, you're embarrassing me.
I'm being very, I was not ironic. What's the word?
I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
I don't think we're cool. I'm just saying we're cool.
Oh, okay. I'll roll with that. It's fine.
Okay.
We can be cool.
Yeah. We're so cool. Like I said, we have a podcast. Like every other person in the world. I always get alerts from Spotify. And it's like there's like 4 million or 2 million podcasts we can listen to, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, no, we're kind of a bit swamped now. We really aren't. I feel like we've done enough content that separates us from some. But obviously there will be a crossover at some point because like a lot of these cases we've already seen, like, especially I notice it when I'm doing the Instagram and all the tags. There is a few accounts that have already done this sort of thing. Yeah. Obviously it's not impossible that someone else isn't going to have already done your case, especially it's like the crossover with well-known people.
Yeah, especially like the Dyatlov one.
Yeah. So hopefully, like I said, we've done enough in ours to sort of set it apart. Not necessarily make it better than everyone else's.
Yeah, but ours is the best. What are you talking about?
Yeah, ours is the best, but I don't want to like shit on everyone else's work.
No.
Because everyone's still putting in a lot of work.
I don't think ours is the best. I think we're okay.
Yeah, I think we've looked at it from a different perspective. I think that's what we've tried to do, especially those that are quite popular cases. Mm-hmm. We've tried to bring it to you from a different angle. So we've looked at it slightly differently. So it's, if you have maybe heard of one of these other cases before, we're not just churning out the same information. At least the theories that we put aside is slightly different. The facts are obviously going to be the same. Yeah. But how we present it to you and maybe the extra of our own theories will be enough to make it unique. Yeah.
And speaking of like popular ones, I am covering a case that has been done many, many times before.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, everyone's got their own take on it. Yeah. So hopefully, like I said, we've done enough to make it unique.
Yeah, I'm just providing all the facts, and then the theories that we're going to come up with on the spot, I think are probably might be very similar to everyone else. It might be completely
different.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. We've all got our own ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Well, you've got the ramblings of a mad woman added in, so anything could happen.
The mad woman and what? The heathen?
Yeah.
Am I the heathen whore? I can't remember what I am.
No, I can't remember what I was either.
No.
Just mad.
It's the flaccid brain again. We can't get it. We can't read or write anymore.
No.
I can't definitely.
I mean, to be fair, we're frequently getting authors and bits of information mixed up, so...
I'm sorry, I've never read Jane Eyre.
And I don't know the difference between Dickens and Charlotte Bronte, but it's fine. They're basically the same person.
What if they are the same person?
I mean, there could be. There we go. We solved another mystery. Because like no one today's actually seen them together, so
Exactly. They're probably like hundreds of years apart, right?
yeah, probably.
Idea.
I don't know.
No
I haven't
idea.
checked and I don't want to now.
No idea. I have no idea. Oh.
But no. Anyway, I'll let you crack on with your case.
Okay. So on the morning of December 1st, 1948, the body of a man was discovered on Somerton Park Beach near Glenegg, which is about 7 miles southwest of Adelaide.
Okay.
And if you remember, a few weeks ago, I covered a case in the same
Australia.
area.
Yeah, in
The
Australia.
same beach as well.
Really?
The same beach,
Oh,
Glenegg.
bloody hell. It's a bit of an unlucky beach.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or not, but it's Glen and then Glen.
I was going to say, when I recognise you saying that, I'm sure
Glenegg.
you said that word
It's the
before.
same area. So I don't know if this area is just...
If you've got like a void that drops
Yeah.
people into it.
Yeah, or just disappears randomly, because this is where the kids disappeared.
Fucking hell.
I just before we recorded, I looked at the years. They're too far apart to be related, I think.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, suspicious.
Mm.
But let's never go to Adelaide, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit far.
Yeah, I'm not walking there. I'd have to do a bit of swimming as well, so it's a bit of effort, isn't it?
Right. So the man was found lying in the sand on his back with his head resting against the seawall and his legs extended and his feet were crossed.
Right, okay.
Okay. He had an unlit cigarette on the right collar of his coat. In his pockets, he had an unused second-class rail ticket from Adelaide to Henley Beach, a bus ticket from the city, and an aluminium comb that was manufactured in the US, some gum, a packet of cigarettes, and a box of matches.
So they're presuming he's from America, or at least been to America at some point.
Yes. He was dressed in a white shirt, a red, white, and blue tie, brown trousers, socks and shoes, a brown knitted pullover, and a grey and brown double-breasted jacket of American tailoring.
Right.
Which is, I don't know what that looks like.
Basically, to me, it feels like he's draped in the American flag.
Yeah, with the red,
That's
white,
what-
and blue.
yeah.
Red, white, and blue, and brown.
It's
I don't think he
funny
can
mix.
dress. I don't think...
It's got an unusual fashion sense.
He's not a very stylish man. Strangely, all the labels of his clothing had been removed.
Oh.
Which is a little bit weird.
Yeah. Unless he didn't like labels.
Yeah, well, like the itchiness.
Yeah, because some people are like that.
Or were they removed for a different reason?
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I'm following that.
He had no hat, which was unusual for 1948.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, to be fair, when you look
Yeah,
back
all the
in
men
history,
had hats, yeah. I think maybe his hat could have been stolen.
Again, or if you want to go back to the whole sensory thing, if someone, like people like funny, like because they don't like labels, might also not like the sensation of a hat on their head. Just saying.
True.
Because
I've
I know
never
when you
thought
relate
about
to
this.
things like
Yeah,
sensory
yeah.
things, like especially when you link in with like autism, like they only like certain materials of clothing,
Yeah.
they weren't like labels, like things like that. If it's a sensory thing, like obviously back then, especially what with 1948, did you say?
1948, yeah.
So autism is not something that was even recognised then. People, it's not that it didn't exist.
That's a
it
good
wasn't
point.
recognised as
Yeah.
a thing.
That's a good point. I don't think anyone's ever thought about that.
So it could be, to me, it could be like a sensory. I'm not saying it could
Yeah,
be for
yeah, yeah,
suspicious,
yeah.
but it could also be like a sensory thing. He just doesn't like the feeling, so just doesn't. Because it's not like it's law to wear
a
them,
hat.
is it?
You
Yeah.
have to wear a hat. Yeah, no, that's a good point actually.
There you go.
There you go. See, no, I don't think that's ever come across anything before. Yeah. He also didn't have a wallet or identification, which led the police to believe that he committed suicide. I don't get why they
No,
did that.
because in the not experience I don't have personal experience, but when you look at them, a lot of people tend to like lay things out.
Yeah.
So things like
So this
your
is who
personal
I am.
effects.
This
yeah.
is my note. This is
So that wouldn't explain what that's missing.
No, I think they were just. I think this case puzzled them. They're just trying to make ends meet, and it wasn't really.
If anything, did you say it was a wallet? Sorry.
He didn't have a wallet.
Yeah, so to me that would immediately strike as possible robbery. Like, it wouldn't explain
Yeah.
why his body's posed in the way it is, but
Yeah, that's what I thought. Wallet's gone, hat's gone.
yeah, I wouldn't have
flown.
thought suicide. I'd have
Yeah.
thought robbery.
Yeah, robbery. Especially just laying on the beach. Why would you commit suicide on the beach?
I don't. A lot of people would, but you'd walk into the water, wouldn't you?
Yeah, or I guess you could take some pills and then just.
What, like, soon as like going for a sunbathing, just chilled. Yeah, I suppose not impossible.
I don't think he committed suicide.
No, I'm not following that one yet.
The pathologist estimated the time of death was around 2 a.m. on December 1st.
Oh, so he's gone middle of the night.
No, he's been there. in the same position for hours.
Bloody hell.
So, yeah, I'm going to talk about the witnesses. The witnesses said on the evening of November 30th that they had seen a man resembling the dead man lying in the same spot and position where the corpse was found. A couple saw him at around 7 p.m. and noted that he extended his arm up and then dropped it limply.
Okay.
Another couple saw him from 7:30 to 8 p.m.
Sorry, just to butt in. Going back to that lifting up limply. If it struck them as a bit odd, why didn't they go over and see if he was okay?
Because he's a man by himself on the beach.
Yeah, but if there was a couple.
No, some people probably... Would you... Okay, look
Yeah,
at
but if I thought someone was like might actually genuinely be ill, like if it struck me as enough as it was odd, I would think about it. Even if I slightly walked away, I would then go, actually, is that person okay? Yeah.
Especially if he's like... The way... He could have just be extending like that and then just let it drop.
Oh, I was more in my head.
Like
Imagine like he went to
waving.
lift it, but like he hasn't got the strength, so like his arm dropped back down. That's to me how I see it.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but that's how I've imagined it.
Or they could think he's just drunk and they don't want to deal with him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Maybe.
That could work.
I don't know.
into
I'm
that.
trying to think. Would I approach a man? If I was with someone else, yes, probably, to see if they were okay. I wouldn't put myself in the situation if I'm alone.
Oh, no, definitely not if I'm alone.
No.
I'd maybe report it to someone else if there was other people about. But...
There's a weird guy over there. You go check. I don't know why they didn't go see him. Another couple saw him from 7:30 to 8 p.m. and said that he didn't move.
Right, okay.
So that's like at 7 p.m. someone saw him move and then half an hour later they didn't.
Okay, and then they're estimating that he died at 2 a.m. Okay.
One witness told police that she observed a man looking down at the dead man from the top of the stairs and that led to the beach.
Oh, so is that another person just thinking, I'm not sure whether he's okay?
Yeah.
Or
are they thinking that he had something to do with his committing suicide?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a strange case.
It's an odd one because everyone keeps saying, we saw the man, blah, 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 but no
But
one's
we didn't
actually
do
done
anything.
anything. Yeah.
It gets weird.
Okay.
This whole thing is weird. This is why it's like this...
It's like they're painting it like everyone's concerned, but not concerned enough to do anything.
Yeah, and that's the tragic thing about this story. No one does anything about him.
Yeah.
Like, even after the fact.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's a bit strange. I'll let you carry on.
Okay. 11 years later, in 1959, another witness came forward and reported that he and 3 others had seen a well-dressed man carrying another man on his shoulders along Somerton Beach the night before the body was found.
Oh.
I don't know why they waited 11 years to say that.
Yeah, no, it seems a bit odd.
Yeah. Unless they thought...
Are they wanted to chime in on it and like have the, not 15 minutes of fame, but...
Maybe. Because it just seems like...
when you come forward at the time.
Yeah, it's not as if that information is so revealing that it's going to put you in danger.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
it's just weird.
Yeah.
Okay, going back to the autopsy. It showed that the man's last meal was a pasty eaten 3 to 4 hours before his death, but tests failed to reveal any foreign substances.
So they've ruled out poisoning?
No.
Oh.
No. But yeah, so he supposedly died at,
2 a.m.
2 a.m. And he's supposed to have eaten 3 to 4 hours before then, which is after when the witnesses saw him and they didn't see him move. So when did he eat?
Yeah, and also, these people are at the beach very late.
It's summertime in...
Oh, yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. I was going to be like, what's everyone doing at the beach with the dog?
I mean, it's probably... Yeah, I'm not sure what time the sun would set during this time, but it's summer.
Because the only thing you could say in terms of the pasty is he could have picked up a bit earlier in the day and then just eaten it later.
Yeah.
So that's not impossible, is it?
No. I'm just... Yeah. I would have assumed he would have left to go get it, but no, if he would have bought it earlier and then ate it then. Yeah, maybe. But if you're committing suicide, would you eat?
I don't know.
I mean, if your last... Well, I suppose you'd have a last meal, but a pasty.
Maybe he was sort of, if it was a suicide, he was and ahhing still as whether or not to do it.
And that was the worst pasty he ever had. Yeah. So then he was like, fuck it.
I'm done.
That's the final straw. The pathologist, Dr. Dwyer, was convinced the death wasn't natural and believed the man had been poisoned.
Oh.
Whether by someone else or taken to commit suicide. So they think poisoning, but there's no evidence of poisoning.
Right, okay.
So although poisoning was the prime suspicion, the coroner was unable to reach a conclusion to the cause of death or to the man's identity, as he didn't match any dental records and his fingerprints didn't match any on record.
So that could suggest he's from another country.
Yes.
Which would match with the description of his clothing.
That is the theory. The body was embalmed on the 10th of December 1948 after the police were unable to get a positive identification. So no one has come forward.
So, considering he's dressed in what you could class as American clothing, did they not try to contact some American authorities?
They contacted every single English-speaking country in the world.
But how do they know he's English speaking?
He's
dead.
I think because he's white, they're just going...
Right, okay.
Okay. So on January 14th, 1949, staff at the Adelaide railway station discovered a brown suitcase with its labels removed. I don't know what it is with this man and the obsession of brown.
He likes brown.
And removing labels. The suitcase had been checked into the station's cloakroom after 11 a.m. on the 30th of November 1948.
Okay.
It was believed the suitcase belonged to the man found at the beach.
Right. Okay. It would make sense, especially if it's not been collected. And the time it's checked in would match.
Mm-hmm. And it's brown. Inside the suitcase was a red dressing gown, red felt slippers, underwear, pyjamas, shaving items, trousers with sands in the cuff, an electrician's screwdriver, a table knife cut down into a sharp instrument,
What?
a pair of scissors with sharpened points, and a stenciling brush used by officers on a merchant ship for stenciling cargo.
I was going to say, at first when you mentioned the weapons, I was like, is he an assassin?
He may be a spy.
Yeah, it's a very odd collection of things to have, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially like red dressing gown and red felt slippers. He sounds kind of luxurious.
It doesn't... Yeah, it's also weird at the same time.
And finally, a orange waxed thread of an unusual type, not available in Australia, was found in the suitcase.
Oh, okay, so that definitely goes back to the thing of he's not from Australia.
Mm-hmm. It was the same thread that was used to repair the lining of a pocket in the trousers of the dead man. So it's confirmed that it is.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely his matches.
Again, all the labels of the clothing had been removed.
Okay, but if you want to go back to the sensory thing I mentioned before, that could clear that up.
And also, I think back in, because it's like just after World War II,
yeah,
I think secondhand clothing was a big thing because they weren't reproducing clothing. They would cut out the labels.
Okay.
Or there is another theory that he was a spy.
Okay, yeah, and
then
it
you
stops
can't
from
trace-
tracing from where he's come from. But then if he's wearing things that are practically in the American flag, I mean, he's kind of given himself away.
It's not draped in the American flag. He's just got a red, white and blue tie with brown stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I mean, he could technically still be British because it's the same colours, but...
Or French.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's... I don't know why, but it feels like a very American thing to do.
It definitely is. So yeah, all the labels removed.
Okay.
However, police found 3 laundry tag labels with T. Keen spelt 3 different ways.
Right, okay.
Police believe whoever removed the clothing labels left these tags in on purpose, knowing the dead man's name was not T. Keen.
Right, okay. So to throw him off the scent.
A search concluded that there was no T. Keen missing in any English-speaking countries.
Right, okay.
Okay. So I think it's a good thing that they think that it was placed suspiciously.
But also, just because there's no reports of him being missing that name doesn't mean there isn't someone missing. Because he could have been someone that lived by himself. He didn't have any family.
Yeah.
So he could have still been missing.
But I think if you think, I don't know, that makes sense that he's living alone, but someone somewhere should miss him. Right?
Yeah, in theory, yes.
You're not going to be completely on your own.
Or at least with the American authorities, if you publish that in that, they should maybe send someone out that would match that description or name to go and check that they are actually still alive. And if that person was by themselves and had no relatives, then if they also couldn't contact that person, they could go, okay, actually this is a bit suspicious, we can't find this person.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
J-
Or he works for the government. They can't say that he's missing.
Okay, yeah. It
Maybe.
would maybe ruin an operation that they're doing or something.
Maybe. I don't know. This whole thing doesn't make sense. This is why he's never found
Yeah,
out who
it's
he is.
essentially why it's unsolved.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're not going to solve it all. We're that smart. We've solved everything in the world.
Yes.
Police checked incoming train records and believed the man had arrived at the Adelaide railway station by overnight train from either Melbourne, Sydney or Port Augusta.
Right.
He purchased the 10:50 a.m. train to Henley Beach, which was the ticket found in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
He either missed that train or decided not to catch it.
How do they know that?
Because where the railway station is not far from the beach he was found at.
But how do they know that didn't... him having the ticket, how does that prove that he didn't get on it?
Because he was found the next day dead.
Oh, yeah. I thought, like, no, sorry. For a second, I thought
also,
you meant, like, you know, like now, like, you still keep your train ticket.
Yeah.
I thought they were saying, like, he got on that train, but he can't have got on that train.
I think they still stamp the...
Okay.
It was an unused ticket. It wasn't stamped.
Right, okay. Yeah, I was just thinking, well, how do they know? Just because he's still got his ticket doesn't mean he didn't get on it. But yeah,
No, it was unstamped. He didn't get on it because he wouldn't be where he was.
Yeah, okay, I'm following now, sorry. Flaccid brain moment.
So he either missed that train or decided not to catch it. He then checked in the bag at the station, then caught the bus, which was the bus ticket found, to Glenegg. I don't know if that's correct or not, Glenegg. That's how I'm pronouncing it. An inquest conducted by Coroner Thomas Erskine Cleland said that the man's shoes were remarkably clean and appeared to have been recently polished and not in the condition he'd expect of a man walking around the city all day.
Right.
Maybe he wasn't walking around all day, though. Maybe he just went straight to the beach.
And if not, wasn't in those days, like, you know, shoe polishers?
Shoe shining. Yeah. I think that's constant. That bit I thought I'd include, but I don't think it makes sense.
Okay.
I mean, if you're walking, the terrain of a city is just...
It's not going to wear your whole shoe down, is it?
It's not.
Unless the shoes are really shit then.
I think they're probably better built than
than they are now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff doesn't last anymore.
No. So he thinks that this fits with the evidence of the man being carried to the beach, which accounts for the lack of evidence of vomiting and convulsions, which are the two main physiological reactions to poison. But this doesn't make sense if it was 11 years afterwards that the men said this happened.
Yeah, I'm not following that. I'm not going to lie. I'm not following it.
No. It doesn't make sense. They don't know how he died, so they're just thinking it's poisoning, but there's no evidence of poison.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I'm not following it. Because even then, some of the stomach contents, like, I know not all poisons, but you would have expected to have found a trace of something. If that's what really, like, something's got to make them come to that conclusion.
Yeah. It's just a really bad pasty. Killed him. If he's been in his pocket all day, he probably ate it and then died.
Yeah, but even with meat, like, if it's been cooked, it should be all right.
I know. It could be bad meat.
True. Salmonella poisoning.
Maggots. Okay. Around the same time as the inquest, a tiny rolled up piece of paper was found in a secret pocket sewn into the man's trousers.
Right.
On the piece of paper with the words Tamam Shud was printed. Library officials called in to translate the text identified it as meaning ended or finished, and it was from the last page of the book Rubaiyat of Al-Muqayyam. Police conducted an Australian-wide search for a copy of the book with the last page missing.
Right, okay.
Even though it doesn't mean it would be from here.
Yeah.
From there.
Yeah, because everything else points out he wasn't from the country, so...
Exactly. Following the search, the copy of the Rubaiyat with its last page missing was found, and it matched the torn paper. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like someone could have just torn the last page out.
No, but it matches.
Perfectly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's some uncertainty about the circumstances of which the book was found. Most accounts state that it was found in a unlocked car parked on Jetty Road, which is near the beach, and it was either found on the back seat or in the footwell.
Right. And going back to the name of the book, it doesn't sound
Rubaiyat.
English.
No, I think it is. Yeah, I don't think it's not an English book.
So then does that throw out off? I mean, I suppose to be fair, like for people, especially more America, you've got everyone, you know, like the American dream. So you get people from lots of other countries. So he might not have even been American.
It is a poetry book, and it is Persian, sorry.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but...
No, the way it's spelled, it looked like Hebrew to me.
Okay.
In the back of the book, there were faint indentations representing 5 lines of text in capital letters. It is believed to be some kind of encryption code, but experts were called in to decipher it, and they couldn't successfully decipher it.
So it couldn't have been just something in another language?
No.
Okay.
It looked like it was a encryption.
Right, okay.
And still to this day, it's still unsolved.
Oh,
So
okay.
they brought in experts who were good at code cracking, because this is not long after the war. There's still loads of...
Yeah, it's still something high profile, isn't
Yeah.
it? Makes you wonder if it was something from the war.
Maybe. It is kind of linked to a nurse from the war. I'll get into that in a minute.
Okay.
I'll get into that just now. A telephone number was also found in the back of the book. This belonged to a nurse named Jessica Jo Thompson. She lived about 400 meters away from where the body was found.
Oh, okay. Well, now she looks a little bit suspicious.
Yeah, she's always looking suspicious, and still to this day, people, even her own daughter, thinks it's something to do with her.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not the death, but the
she has
identity.
links to this person.
So yeah, 400 meters away. How far? That's not far.
No, it's not.
It's like
She's basically on the got a house on the beachfront.
yeah, and a nurse.
Right. Okay.
Imagine having a house on the beach.
Yeah, she's doing well for herself, isn't she?
Yeah. So yeah, 400 meters away. When interviewed by police, she said she didn't know the dead man or why he had her phone number or why he was in her suburb the night he died. Gets a little suspicious.
Okay, so that's
Jessica.
not like it's not like she said, "Oh, we went on a date."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. She's weird.
Okay.
It's very
Okay,
weird.
she's almost made herself a suspect immediately.
Yeah. Because when she was shown the plaster cast of the dead man, she apparently looked completely taken aback, like she was going to faint. She immediately looked away and wouldn't look at it again.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's like she recognises the person.
Yeah. Thompson said that while she was working at the Royal North Shore Hospital in Sydney during World War II, she had owned a copy of the Rubaiyat. And in 1945, she gave her copy to Australian Army lieutenant named Alf Boxall.
Right.
Police then suspected the dead man was Boxall, but however, they found him alive and well in July 1949 in Sydney. He still owned his copy of the Rubaiyat.
Oh, okay. I was going to say then, does that make him a suspect?
It kind of does make him a suspect.
And like she's panicked because she's thought, oh shit, I know where I've seen that book before. So how did she have a copy of it? Because it's obviously not a native Australian book.
I think it was just a very popular book.
Oh, okay.
But also, it kind of I think that maybe she has a few copies of them.
She's dishing them out.
Yeah, she really likes this person. This is her like signature.
Oh, okay. I hadn't thought of it like that.
So like this is her love token. She's like, oh, I really like this guy, so I'm going to give him my favorite book. And then just turns out she's got like 5 of them all around the country.
Yeah, and they all start dying in mysterious circumstances.
Jessica Jo Thompson is looking suspicious.
Okay, yeah, no, she is just a little bit.
A TV interview in 2014, Thompson's own daughter, Kate, stated that she believed her mother knew the dead man. Which, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something about it. She at least knew him, or there was something about some of his belongings that it shook her up a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I get not wanting to look at a plaster cast of a dead man, but like refusing to look at it again.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you know that person.
Yeah, because if it's a plaster cast, it's not like it's even the actual dead body. It's not like you're in there like, whew, this is a bit stinky and a bit scary to look at. I don't like it anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, you know that person's now dead.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't look at it.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, I don't like it. It's disgusting.
Oh, dead people are stinky after a few days.
They embalmed him. It's just a plaster cast.
Okay.
He's in the ground. And I will tell you where he is. In 1949, the body of the unknown man was buried in Adelaide West Terrace Cemetery. I said that right. The Salvation Army conducted the service, which was paid for by the South Australian Grandstand Bookmakers Association to save him having a pauper's burial.
Oh, that was nice
Which
of
I
them.
thought was nice.
No, it was nice.
Years later, flowers began appearing on the grave. Police questioned a woman leaving the cemetery and she claimed she didn't know the man.
But she could have just been laying flowers.
Yeah. But I also thought this was probably Jessica.
Oh, okay. I hadn't considered that. I wondered if sometimes when people tend other people's graves,
especially if you
and because
know,
they would have known it was an unknown person,
Yeah.
someone might have thought, oh, it's sad that no one pays their respects to him, so
I'm going
I'll
to-
take
yeah.
flowers.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like either Jessica doing it or that.
Yeah. Because it will be marked as
nice.
unknown.
Yeah, exactly. People are nice. There's been persistent speculation that the dead man was a spy to strange circumstances of his death. At least 2 sites close to Adelaide were of interest to spies.
Right, okay.
The Radium Hill uranium mine and the Woomera test range, which is an Anglo-Australian military research facility.
Right, okay.
The man's death also coincided with reorganisation of Australian security agencies. This would be followed by a crackdown of Soviet espionage in Australia.
Okay, yeah, so they'll be sending people in for spies. Also, not long after the war, like you said.
Yeah, and also, there is a picture of the dead man. He kind of does look Australian. Russian.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you after this, but he looks a little Russian to me. But it is after his death, so face might have been a bit...
Yeah, distorted.
Yeah. It gets a little bit weird.
I mean, it's quite weird already.
It gets even weirder.
Okay.
In March 2009, a University of Adelaide team led by Professor Derek Abbott began to attempt to solve the case through cracking the code. I put Cody. Through cracking the code and proposing to exhume the body.
I was just about to say, can't the DNA test it?
An investigation has shown that the man's autopsy reports from 1948 and 49 are now missing. And Bar Smith's library collection of Cleland's notes, who was the original pathologist, don't contain anything on the case. So where have they gone?
Yes, that's a bit suspicious in itself.
Very suspicious. Yeah. So it just kind of... Everything kind of points spy.
Yeah, like they're covering it up.
Yeah, because like why are the autopsy results gone? That's not something.
Yeah, and
you
it's
just
not
throw
like now
out.
they can just... It'll be too decomposed. Even though he's been embalmed, things will have disappeared. It's not like they can now, like, say, like, look at his stomach contents.
So they looked at his photographs of him.
Right.
An examination of the images of the man's ears found that his upper ear hollow is larger than his lower ear hollow.
Right.
A feature possessed only by 1 to 2% of the Caucasian population.
Oh, okay. So that already strikes me as a bit different.
And then in May 2009, Abbott consulted with dental experts who concluded the man had hydraodontia, which is a rare genetic disorder of both lateral incisors, a feature that only 2% of the population.
Oh, okay. So already they're whittling him down.
And in June 2010, Abbott obtained a photograph of Jessica Thompson's son, Robin, which clearly shows that he too had the same ear and dental features of the man.
So she's pregnant by his child, possibly.
Possibly. The chances of this being a coincidence is between 1 in 10 million and 1 in 20 million.
Yeah, okay, so it's not very... So even if it wasn't her lover, it could have been a relative.
Possibly. I didn't think about that.
Because it could be like a more dominant feature, especially in like males.
In the males, yeah.
So like, say like it came from, say, her father or something, and she had a brother as well. The brother and then still her son, even though they'd be like uncle and nephew, they could still...
Yeah.
If it was a male-dominated sort of genetic thing, it could have skipped her and then...
Went straight to him. Yeah, makes sense.
Which would also explain why she was taken aback when she saw the plaster cast.
Yeah. So yeah, not a lover thing, a family thing.
Member. Yeah.
Okay, didn't think about that. After discovering Robin had died in 2009, Abbott contacted his daughter Rachel, who had been adopted and lived in New Zealand.
Right.
This is where it's weird.
Okay.
It's not... It is and it isn't weird. Abbott and Rachel ended up getting married in 2010.
Wait, what? Father and daughter?
No, Abbott, the man, the professor from the uni.
Oh, okay, sorry,
was
yeah.
looking into-
I was going to say, is that not incest?
But it's like he's... I don't want to say
he's gone
so
looking into the case,
Yeah.
but he's got so engrossed he's
married.
and got a
into
bit
it.
obsessive.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little... it probably isn't that. He just genuinely fell in love. It just feels a bit...
Yeah. He wouldn't have met
Too
her
much.
if he wasn't
Yeah.
looking into that case.
Yeah. So yeah, they got married in 2010. They have a painting of the dead man in their home,
What? Oh.
believing he is family, but Rachel's DNA was analysed and links were found to the grandparents of Prosper Thomas, who is Jessica's husband, not the dead man.
Right, okay.
So they're saying Prosper Thompson is Robin's real dad, not the dead man,
Okay.
even though he has
But then,
the
like I said, if
features.
it's a relative,
Mhm.
it's still not impossible.
In December 2017, Abbott announced 3 hairs from the plaster cast had been submitted for analysis. While much of the DNA was degraded in February 2018, the University of Adelaide team obtained a high-definition analysis of the mitochondrial
Mitochondrial. Is it?
I don't know.
One of the two.
Of the mitochondrial DNA. They found that the man belonged to a haplogroup H4A1A1A possessed by only 1% of Europeans.
Okay.
So everything of this man is like 1 or 2%.
So they should be able to easily identify him, but
Yes.
weirdly they can't.
Yes. An exhumation was carried out on the 19th of May 2021. It was reported that the body was exhumed and as part of Operation Persevere and Operation Persist, which are investigating historical identification remains in South Australia,
Okay.
which I think is really nice.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Like, they're
They
not
are trying to
forgetting
actually
him.
solve
Yeah,
it.
they're not forgetting anyone. The man is known as the Somerton Man after the place he was found because no one ever claimed to have known him or how he died. So yeah, I think it is nice that the operations are still...
Going ahead.
Yeah, because he died in 1948, 49,
Yeah.
and they're still trying to find it, which I think is really nice.
No, that's good.
Because it's closure for him to find out who he really is, and no one's given up. But like he's 1% of European.
He should be easy to find. The only other thing about the DNA, but I suppose like they've exhumed the body, so I suppose they would have compared it. You know how they said they found 3 hairs even though degraded on the plaster cast? Could that not have accidentally been contamination and come from one of the people that made?
Else, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking as well. It doesn't mean that it's his hairs.
Okay.
So I'm glad that they exhumed the body. And I'm glad
Yeah, so am I. Because up until that point, I was like, would it not just be easy? I know they need a lot of permission, but if no one's claimed him, it's not like they've got to get family's permission, is it?
No. This is why it's... Jessica might genuinely not know who this man is, but I think she did because she's dead now.
Like I said, I'm querying whether it's a family member.
It might be a family member. It's just weird that
Because even if they'd become estranged...
Yeah.
Because I don't like what her family's like, whether there was much more of her family left besides her children. If they've become estranged and like, I don't know, I don't want to like speculate like because this could be wildly going off.
Yeah.
But let's say, for example, it could be a brother, right? Let's throw it out there that something happened while they're children. I'm not saying anything. It has to be anything deviant like a sexual assault or anything, but something could have caused them to separate.
A rift,
They don't see each other. He could maybe during the war they've separated, done their own things. She maybe hasn't seen him for years. She sees that plaster cast and thinks, "Oh shit, I know him."
Yeah.
But doesn't want to say it. I don't know, for whatever reason she doesn't want to associate with him.
Yeah, but he's now dead, so therefore
but it might bring in something.
Yeah.
It could, but you don't know what's happened in her life. So let's speculate that something bad has happened. It could bring that all back, and she just wants to forget about it. But then, like you say, it is hard with the fact that everything he's got is like so much like 1%. And like now that they've made links to her son, to me, there's got to be some way.
He's got to be related somehow.
Yeah. So, to me, like you said, she's instantly made herself suspicious. But to me, the fact that, like I said, they disprove that it's not Robin's father.
Yeah.
That, to me, queries, is it a relative?
Yeah. It's like she's the key and she's refusing to give it.
Well, and you can't now because she's dead.
Yeah. But it's also like, what did he do that's so terrible that you cannot give him his name?
Yeah. But maybe that's the
name.
final thing for her. Like, you have been forgotten. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for all you know, she could have had that much of a dislike for him.
True.
That she was like, you know what, I'm going to erase you. And effectively, that's exactly what she's done.
She has, yeah.
It's just a shame more DNA can't conclusively say.
So yeah,
who he
so
was.
last year, it's not too long ago, so they're probably still looking into it, see what's going on.
Yeah. No, it'd be interesting if they could. What would have been even better is if Jessica had left a note, on her deathbed saying,
This is who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like that. Because I feel it's just like when things go unsolved, someone knew that person.
Yeah, there's something like that where you feel like it should be solved. There's no reason for it not to be, yet frustratingly it is.
Yeah. So yeah, I did know this case, but I was recommended doing it, and then when I was researching it, I was just like, who is this man?
Yeah. Like I said, there's some that you get there and you're like, I really wish I could solve it.
Yeah, because there's no guaranteed way of how he died. There's no
That's
evidence.
it, like I said, they've not even actually got a cause of death.
No cause of death. No, they just know he has weird ears and weird teeth, and he's 1% of the population.
Yeah, that's madness, that is.
That narrows it down, surely.
Yeah, because surely couldn't they have narrowed him down to what country he's come from?
He's definitely Caucasian. Hold on, I'll show you.
And they said European, didn't they?
Yeah. Somerton Man. So yeah, he just goes by Somerton Man, which is not great. But see what I mean? He looks a little Russian.
Oh no, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I think actually, I recognise that photo. I've seen that in something before.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what painting they have of him in.
I hope it's
room.
not that
I
one.
hope it's not that one. Because this comes up as well.
Oh,
That
but is that a more modern reconstruction?
I think so.
But it's also massively different from the other one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just imagine having that up in your room or your house.
Christ. They could have at least done his hair.
But it's just weird that he probably fell in love, but it was just so weird that he married into the family that he thinks this man is related to.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
like
don't know that.
it's like he's wanting that man to be a part of this family, which is great because he's trying to find closure, but it's also weird.
Yeah. Like I said, he wouldn't have ever met that woman if he hadn't have delved into the case.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't know. It was an interesting one, that.
I am thinking spies, but it's also
I see, I am
Jessica,
and I'm not.
yeah,
I'm
Jessica's
thinking
weird.
maybe he probably, more than likely, he served in the army at some point.
Yeah, of course. I think every man in the
And
world,
it's easy then to say a spy because he's got some form of military paraphernalia on him,
the
if you
weird
like.
stencil
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
But you look at the time. Everyone would have had access to that stuff pretty much
Yeah.
because the majority of men served in the war in some shape or form.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible. But yeah, no, I suppose, like I said, going back to the tags, that's interesting. But then again, like I mentioned, the sensory thing, it doesn't have to automatically be suspicious.
No, I think you saying that just made it make sense. I don't think anyone's said that before.
Yeah. Like I said, it's another possibility. It's not impossible.
Yeah. And he kind of looks like he has hat hair.
He does a little bit.
He looks like he lost his hat.
Yeah.
Someone stole it.
But yeah, so yeah, well, I mean, like I said, for that photo, they could have at least done his hair. They made him look like he just got out of bed.
Also, it's weird his eyes are open.
They are and they aren't, though. They're like a little bit open, but not.
Yeah, but it's like he's died, but everyone thought he was asleep. Because can you pry eyes open after death?
I don't know. Do you have to pin them back?
Or like Tom and Jerry with some toothpicks. Are they open? Yeah, they're kind of open. I don't know.
Let's have a look again. He also weirdly looks like he's not smiling, but he is.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like he's died a painful death.
No,
he's
I
not
hope-
like tensed and...
I don't think so. I don't think he died a painful death. Well, I hope not. We can go visit his grave.
Holiday. No, actually, don't go near that
No,
beach. We might disappear.
I'm not going to that beach, no. Glenegg, or however you pronounce it. So yeah, interesting case. I don't know if anyone... Well, I don't think anyone can solve it because
No.
so far it's unsolvable. But hopefully the DNA comes back and it's that man's uncle or whatever.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Robin's uncle.
Like I say, with the percentages, it should be solvable, but
It's weird.
you never
1%.
know. We'll have to keep updated, and then maybe someone does solve it soon.
I did double check before we recorded this that it's not been like
Recently
found out,
solved.
yeah. And it was like quick, and then no, it's not. So maybe by the time this comes out,
Maybe.
so
You never
we'll
know.
have to be like, oh damn it.
Well, no, because then we could just add a little edit, like, yeah, I made that episode. It turns out it has been solved.
His name is Jeff.
Bob.
Jeff Bob. Better name than that.
Jeff Hat.
Jeff Hat. Jeffrey Hat.
That's what we're calling him. That's his new name. Jeffrey Hat.
Jeffrey Hat. Okay. Jeffrey Bobert Hat.
Oh, I quite like that.
Okay,
Yeah, I
we
think that's
solved
that
it.
case.
We
Yeah,
solved it. There we go. We solved it.
that's that case sorted.
Just another 15 million to go.
Yeah, only a few to fish through.
Oh well, we're enjoying it.
But yeah, no, that was really interesting. A bit frustrating that we can't solve it, but interesting.
It's just this man's obsession with brown.
Yeah, no.
It's like brown with the
Yeah, and also
red,
what
white, and
sort of
blue.
brown? Because there's a lot of shades of brown. Was it like an orangey brown or a reddy brown?
I'm like brown, like the boring brown.
Yeah, or like a really dark brown that's almost black.
But with the red, white, and blue.
But a dark brown that's almost black, it wouldn't look so bad with
No,
the red,
I'm
white,
not.
and blue.
I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking like disgusting brown.
Yeah, I'm thinking like an orangey, like not orangutan, but
I like that paintbrush there.
yeah.
No, it'd be like on the map, that one.
Yeah, I think so.
I just hate brown.
I don't mind brown, but not as a suit, not a whole suit.
It's just the red, white, and blue and brown.
Yeah, it's not a good mix.
It's not.
Someone should probably speak to him about his fashion sense. Maybe that's why he died. He offended someone.
It's because he wasn't wearing his hat.
Ah, maybe.
There we go. But then how
Bad
did they
Bobert.
kill him? Bobert. How did they kill him?
I don't know. With his hat.
What?
I don't know how they're killing him with his hat.
No, isn't that in James Bond where they throw a hat?
And
it just
razored him.
Yeah.
It could have been.
No, because then he had no wounds.
Oh yeah, true. Forgot about that. Or did he? They just didn't record it.
No, he had a pasty.
Oh.
They recorded pretty much everything, but then they lost. They lost
Yeah,
everything.
they lost it. That's what I'm saying.
They
There could have
lost
been another
everything.
injury.
I don't know. We're kind of rambling now.
Yeah, no, I think we've gone massively off track.
Yeah, I think we'll sign off now.
Yeah, we'll leave poor Bobert alone.
Bobert. No, we've got to find out who he is.
Okay, one day. Right. Okay.
Are
Are we done with the ramblings?
Yeah, kind of. Keep creeping.
And we'll keep digging.